All right, everybody. So I wanted to do a quick training video on service animals and what our policy is when it comes to that. There are two different types of animals that kind of come up a lot when it comes to modern culture. There are service animals and there are emotional support animals. They are two different things. They are not the same. Service animals are for people that have physical disabilities or some kind of medical condition that they need that service animal as a way to help remind them or to guide them through daily life so that they can go through daily life without a lot of issue. Emotional support animals are really meant to treat depression and anxiety. They don't have to go through specified training, and they're not an actually like trained dog by some kind of organization. Service animals have to go through rigorous training and things like that to become service animals. When it comes to our policy, you will notice that we have these signs up at every store. On the sign, it does not ask for vests. It just says, no animals except trained service animals allowed. Now, the trained part means two different things, actually. It means that if they are fully trained service animals, cool, they can come in. If they are service animals in training, they can also come in under Oregon law. When it comes to service animals, all service animals are allowed in public places. They do not, I repeat, they do not have to be wearing a vest. All you can ask the owner is one yes or no question when asking if the dog is a service animal. And the question reads like this. Yes or no, is your dog required because of a disability? How I would phrase that when you're going up to a customer would be to ask, hi, how are you doing today? Is your dog required because of a disability? Yes or no? And then if the person says yes, great. That's the only question you can ask. That's it. The conversation ends there, and that dog is allowed in. If it doesn't have a vest, or if it's a service animal in training, or if it's a fully trained service animal, that dog's allowed. Now, emotional support animals are not the same as service animals. We do not allow emotional support animals in our stores. This is because, again, they don't go through the specified training as dictated out by the ADA and by Portland law. And so we do not allow emotional support animals. We do allow service animals because we are legally required to under law. You cannot ever question or ask a customer about what their disability is. You cannot ask the dog or the animal to demonstrate a specific task. And you cannot, I repeat, you cannot ask for certification, verification, or any kind of documentation that shows that the animal is either a service dog in training or a service animal in general. You cannot ask any three of those things. We have to take the customer at their word that the animal is either a service animal in training or a fully trained service animal, whether or not they have a vest. So, hopefully this video has clarified some things. This is how we are to conduct ourselves with customers that have service animals. We can go up to them and ask, hi, how are you doing today? Is your dog required to help you with a disability? Yes or no? And you've got to make sure you put the yes or no in there, because if you don't, there is the potential that the conversation could go in some really bad litigious directions. We cannot ask someone what their disability is. We cannot ask what the dog is being trained for. We can't ask the dog to demonstrate a trick or some kind of task that they can perform. And we cannot ask for documentation, certification, or verification. Hopefully, this has been a very clear video and that there's no confusion after this when it comes to what our policy is and the proper procedure that we're supposed to follow when it comes to service animals and emotional support animals. Just a reminder, emotional support animals are not service animals. They have not been trained. They do not have specializations in anything. We can ask customers to take their emotional support animal out of the building and not bring them in. And that is what we will be doing. That's what we require. Because the sign says, no animals except trained service animals. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me personally. This is District Manager Tucker Eastburn signing out. Have a good one.